Welcome to the Westview podcast. This is Pastor Marty, and today is going to be part 2 of our episodes, Why Letting Go Can Feel So Hard. This is Pastor Marty, and last time we talked about our stuff, how objects carry memory, identity, and sometimes more weight than we realize. Today, though, I want to go a little bit deeper, because if letting go were easy, we would have done it already. So, why is letting go so hard? Why do we hold on to things long after they've stopped serving us? I think it comes down to 4 powerful forces that get tangled together: guilt, grief, gratitude, and nostalgia. Let's start with guilt. Sometimes we keep things because we feel like we should. Maybe it was expensive. Maybe it was a gift. Maybe someone we love gave it to us, and getting rid of it feels like rejecting them. But here's something important to remember. The love behind a gift is not contained in the object. You don't dishonor someone by releasing something you no longer need. In fact, sometimes holding on to it out of guilt keeps us from receiving the gift in the way it was intended. A gift is meant to bless you, not burden you. Then there's grief, the second word. And grief, this one runs deeper. Sometimes we hold on to things because they connect us to someone we've lost. A jacket, a chair, a set of dishes, a lawnmower, a voice on an old answering machine. Letting go can feel like letting go of the person. But it isn't. Grief doesn't live in objects. It lives in love. And love doesn't disappear when an object does. Sometimes releasing something physical actually allows us to carry the memory in a healthier, freer way. The third element to this tangled up bunch of feelings is gratitude. And this one is beautiful, but it can still complicate things. We keep something because it reminds us of a good season, a meaningful moment, a version of ourselves we're thankful for. And there's nothing wrong with that. Gratitude is a gift. But gratitude doesn't require storage space. You can be deeply thankful for something and still let it go. In fact, sometimes the most honest way to honor something is to say, thank you for what you gave me, and now I'm ready for what comes next. And the fourth word in this mixed up situation with our grief, our guilt, our gratitude is also nostalgia. Nostalgia is powerful. It wraps the past in warmth. It softens the edges. It reminds us of who we were. And sometimes it makes us want to stay there. But nostalgia can quietly become a trap because it tells us that the best parts of life are behind us. And that simply isn't true. God is always doing something new, always inviting us forward, always calling us to a future that still holds meaning, purpose, and joy. When we hold too tightly to the past, we risk missing what's right in front of us. So how do we move forward? Not by forcing ourselves to throw everything away, and not by pretending these emotions don't exist, but by naming them. When you pick something up, try asking, is this guilt? Is this grief? Is this gratitude? Is this nostalgia? And then ask one more question. Is this helping me live the life God is inviting me into right now? Is this who I am now? Is this who I want to be? Because that's really the heart of it. Not just what we're holding, but whether it's helping us move forward. Jesus once said, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, but store up treasures in heaven." That doesn't mean we can't enjoy things. It means we're invited to invest in what lasts. Love, relationships, faith, compassion. These are the things that don't wear out. Those are the things that don't need to be sorted into boxes. Those are the things that carry forward into eternity. So maybe the goal isn't to get rid of everything. Maybe the goal is to become more aware, more intentional, more free. Free to keep what brings life. Free to release what doesn't. Free to honor the past without being held captive by it. As I wrap this up here today, here's a little simple practice. I gave one last week. I'll do it again. So pick one object again this week, if you don't mind. But this time, instead of asking what it does, ask a different question. What does it represent? Does it represent guilt? Does it represent gratitude? Does it represent grief? Or does it nostalgia? Name it and sit with it. Pray through it and decide, not out of fear, but out of freedom, what comes next. Because God is not calling you backward. God is calling you and me forward. Peace be with you in this work. Peace be with you in your spirit. Thanks for listening to the Westview podcast. This is Pastor Marty. Look forward to seeing you next time here at Westview Church.